My name is George Yabu, and I'm one half of Yabu Pushelberg.
And I'm Glenn Pushelberg of Pushelberg and Yabu. We started very humbly out of university in Canada. Started doing simple projects, gradually became known in Canada, then became known in the United States and internationally.
Slow and steady wins the race. What does that mean, that metaphor? And that is when you build design, architectural projects, interiors, they take a long time. And you get to build your craft over a number of years and decades.
The essence of who we are is based on curiosity. We're curious about new places to go to. We're curious about cultures. So we have a worldview of life. We have a worldview of what people who travel the world want in their home.
We're known for our work is long lasting. And I ran into a couple of clients recently that, haven't been doing much, and we reconnect again. Your project, 18 years later, still looks fresh and relevant. Today, they said everybody's looking for that. What's that money shot? What's that Instagrammable moment? But we don't design that way. We design for the duration, for the long run.
One of our favorite residential projects is the Amani Residences in Tokyo. So this is the kind of a next step in that pathway.
The more successful projects that come from out of our studio are ones that we have a really strong exploratory relationship with the client. And the more that the client is very open and warm and receiving, the more that they allow you into their world, into their mental scape, the better the project will end up being, because we are able to answer the problem to solve. And design is all about problem solving.
Ayala Land is built as great projects, and I think this continues to be a landmark project.
Well, you look at this building, and it's a really, really gorgeous building. It's, the amorphous quality, the soft edges, and so the outside skin of it, the overall form, the floor plate, informed interiors. A lot of our interiors, we continued that amorphous, soft quality. Some of it is influenced by nature, but there's a rigor to our work. So the functionality of the interiors, how the spaces are used, are really we're not compromised by more of an artful architectural form.
We think about how people live today. They live in a more fluid way. We like to live with choices. Like, we don't enclose our kitchens from our dining rooms, from our living rooms anymore. We flow.
We also have to insert, I wouldn't say the rigidity, I would say the practicality of right-angled spaces. Because when you talk about shelving, you talk about hanging, you talk about kitchen storage, pantry storage, all of those necessities, it would be incongruous to work with this fluid forms of the walls.
I was thinking about some of the amenity spaces, and we had a little bit of fun with the spa. This is a great project because it has a spa like a 5-6 star hotel does, and we made it more grotto-like. There are no straight walls in here. You move in and out, and it's more womb-like when you're in a place where you want to relax, have a massage, have facials, whatever, to have not.
It doesn't give the spaces all away at once, so you've got little alcoves and things in it. And also it just gives you a sense of a bit more individual privacy and less aware of there are others around. So it carries on that exclusivity even in the realm of the spa.
Coming from the world of designing hotels, you design the most aspirational bathrooms on earth, the most aspirational cooking areas on earth. And we learn from that when we apply those principles to designing homes or residential projects of this nature. Think deeply about how people live in a contemporary world, and how people live temporarily in hotels and then permanently in residential projects. So the ideas flow from one typology to another.
I think we can live in this place.
I would live in this place in a second.
We're big on textural qualities of materials.
Sure.
And those textures give a lot of more interest, which compensates for a little tighter range in nature's color scheme.
We truly believe that it's important to keep things simple. Yes, of course, we need to adapt it to new technologies as you live in a home, but to do it simply.
The beautiful organic amorphous quality of the building itself has that counteracts, has that familiarity and that warmth, and fights against the psychological austerity and coldness that People think technology comes with technology. It sort of works in juxtaposition. Technology always advances.
Yeah.
But the quality of living is always maintained through our design that we created.
You know, you have a full floor in this project. You have a
Amazing.
panorama view
360-degree
of
view.
Manila. That to me is luxury. When you plan the interiors, you base it on those notions of views, of panorama, of space, of choosing materials that are bespoke and special, but not ostentatious. The bones of the interiors are a kind of soft modernity, which allows for each homeowner to decide, am I a minimalist? Am I modernist? Am I classical? Am I traditional? Am I eclectic? And we think about those issues because it is one's home. And so by building a good bones, that the scale proportion of spaces are done well and they're detailed properly, you can express yourself in the mood that you wish to capture.
This is a perfect architectural masterpiece if you're fortunate enough to live in it.
We took home for granted before, but now we realize that home is really, I mean, this sounds trite, but it is where your heart is, where your soul lives.